Krypton?
It's his.
Wait, what's Krypton?
It's a story about
show.
Superman's grandfather.
His
Kal-El's
grandpa.
grandfather.
Grandpapa.
I think his name is Shang-El.
Really?
I don't know.
That
I'm
doesn't
trying to remember
sound
that. I'm trying to figure that out by memory. Shang-El.
It's Jor-El's
I
dad.
can almost bet that that's not it.
Mon-El.
I know Jor-El's
Kal-El.
his dad, but I don't know his granddad's
Mon-El?
name.
Mon-El is Superboy, I think.
And Kara is
Kara
Supergirl's.
is Supergirl.
girl's
You guys
name.
just sound like you're making sounds right now.
They all
I don't
have
know
just
what you're talking
L's. Mon-El, Kal-El, Zar-El, Shag-El. Let's find out. Google Crypto. Let's find out what Krypton is. That the name of the show?
Yeah.
Krypton currency.
Alexa.
She's not gonna know anything. We've asked her questions all day today, and she's been.
about. Is she even listening?
She was.
Oh.
And then she stopped.
Yeah, tell me what that name is.
I'm gonna tell you right now what the name of this goddamn show is.
Wait, maybe she knows.
Krypton.
Let me ask her. Let me see if she knows.
She doesn't know.
I know what the name of the show. I don't need to know the name of the show.
Of Superman's grandpa. Maybe she
Yeah,
knows.
that's what I want to know.
Alexa, what's the name of Superman's grandpa?
Sorry, I don't know that.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
His
She
name.
tried. She tried so hard.
Superman's grandfather's name is Seg-El.
Not far off.
Segel?
Seg-El.
Like Seagull?
Like-
Seagull.
Yeah, like
Like-
S-E-G dash E-L.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, they're always dash.
Seagal?
Like Steven?
Steve Seagal.
Seagal?
Seg-El fights
His
to
name's
redeem his
Seagal.
family's honor.
Steven Seagal fights to regain
His
his family's honor.
Oh, I'm looking at the little monitor on Spencer's screen, and welcome back to We Stayed Late.
This is a podcast about
We have with us, Danny is back again.
Danny's back.
Danny's back.
We didn't do the clapping last time.
Yeah, because we just started.
I know, that's right.
And I'm Starline Hodge.
Oh yeah, I'm Spenser Starke.
I wanted to bring Danny back because I wanted to talk about what Danny does.
Danny, what do you do?
I don't.
This is Danny Does Corner Hour.
Yeah.
No, I really wanted to know because I know after SourceFed, after you left SourceFed, you were doing, like, you worked with, can I say, Disney?
Yeah.
And I guess I just wanted to know more of, like, the nitty-gritty things that you did.
Yeah.
Trying to steer this
the deep-
podcast back to
I was gonna say,
talking
I'm
about
like-
digital media.
I was gonna say, can you tell we had a weird day at work today?
We had a real weird day at work. I had a bad day.
I'm sorry.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
we could tell.
You guys asked me how I was, and I was
And
like,
you're like,
I'm fine.
I was like, ooh, that's not. Those aren't the words that match.
Everything's okay. That's been my life all day. It's been a fire drill. Sorry, Danny. I had to get that out of my
Yeah,
system.
how's it going?
But you work with us now. Well, kind of. You're
Yeah.
freelancing with us now. So
Well, yeah.
that's,
So that's what I've been doing.
yeah.
By the way, am I doing this right?
Yeah, you're fine.
Oh, yeah,
You
Danny switched to mics.
So what you do is you talk into it, and then it records what you're saying.
Right. Okay.
Oh, my God.
Yep.
But-
that was it. That was doing that.
But I don't understand because you worked with Disney, and I found out that Disney was doing some sort of gaming show.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know why I keep talking.
This is
like
a
that.
bigger struggle than it should be over here. So yeah, we after SourceFed closed, which was March of last year.
Oh my God, it's been it's almost a year.
It's almost
It's almost a year.
Yeah.
Because I remember April
Oh.
Fools. People were like, "Oh, April Fools, SourceFed is
Yeah,
back."
that's right.
But it wasn't.
But it wasn't. Not April Fools. We're not back.
Oh.
Everyone got fired.
But you know what? I'm sorry to deter again. Everyone is finding their footing. Like,
Yeah, no, everyone seems to be
like
fine.
we have the Valley
That's
Folk.
okay.
We have the Sugar Pine 7.
Yep.
Yeah.
We have.
That's it. That's
What?
all we got. Everybody
Can't
else.
Can't say. You know.
Oh!
I can't say it though.
Oh, okay.
And then there's We Stay Late crew.
I completely forgot for a second.
I have no idea what you guys are talking
You
about.
know what it
we're
is.
talking about.
And I love this because the suspense is building now. Everyone's like, oh, what's coming back? You'll find out. So, Danny, after
You
SourceFed,
know.
Oh, I know what you're talking.
you know?
I actually do, because he knows.
how do you know about it?
Because he knows and he's not remembering.
I don't know. It's it's been that kind of
Oh,
day.
Spencer's just having
Or
like I just saw Spencer's brain go. I don't care anymore.
That's exactly what happened.
Like I saw the
That
click.
is
I saw it in
exactly
your,
what happened.
I saw it in your eyes, and then it was like your head, and then your whole body posture went. It was just like,
I don't give a shit. I don't care.
So, Danny, Disney
Don't
again.
care
Sorry,
at all.
going back again.
What
I'm trying to.
What are you looking for over there?
I'm trying to make this place look better.
Oh, okay. Oh, just grab a box. There we go. Look at a little box.
Planet
Beautiful.
Born. Okay, back again for the 5th time.
This will be like the thread that runs through the whole
Yeah,
episode.
yeah.
We really won't know until the end, and then the podcast is
That's
over.
it. Thanks so much for joining.
Tune in next week to get the question to the answer that started last week's podcast.
Oh God. Okay, so tell us about Disney.
Yeah, so I didn't work with Disney right away. I wouldn't say I worked for Disney because it was technically through another production company.
Okay.
But after SourceFed ended, I went and I started working as an assistant editor at a creative agency. They're based in Huntington Beach. So they do a lot of TV commercials.
That's far.
It is far, but honestly, it's not that much worse than like driving here, like
Okay.
driving through LA, because they're going against traffic.
Yeah.
It's about the same.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
But going to Huntington is going like not in the same direction as
Right.
traffic. Again, is it? Again,
Yeah.
against traffic. So yeah, I worked there for a little while, starting in April, and then while I was there, I think I had a few people that were like ex-SourceFed people that had all migrated to this project that was with Disney. So it was through another company, and they were working on a show for Disney XD, like their kind of like young boy focus branch of Disney Channel in a way. Because from what they were explaining to me, Disney Channel, I guess, is more focused for like younger girls. Or just younger children in general, and they created Disney XD as like boys, video games, and superheroes.
Is Disney XD on the same channel as Disney?
No, it's a separate channel.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's a Disney Channel.
Because I remember a long time ago in Disney, they used to have like Zoog Disney, which was like
Zoog.
Zoog. Yeah, it was called Zoog Disney.
I don't know what that is.
And it was like a portion. It was like a part of their lineup, so it would only appear from like 3 p.m. to like 7 p.m. And so I thought Disney XD was the same thing, where it's like,
like
all right, after school, it's Disney XD, you know? But no, it's a different channel.
It is a different channel, and which was funny because what we were doing for them was kind of like helping to create one of those like Zoog blocks for Disney XD, like
for like a gaming block.
Like Toonami on Cartoon
basically,
Network?
like it had a name for it, and it was like the Saturday evening block they were trying to do.
Okay.
And yeah, it was like a series of like kind of very video game focused shows. So the show we worked on was called Polaris Primetime. There's been one season of it, and it was basically like a video game like variety hour show. It was an hour-long show, and it was broken into a couple segments. And Jimmy Wong was the host, and Strawberry 17 was the other host. They're both like, you know, YouTubers, gamers, I have an online presence. And then each episode they would bring on guests. Some of the guests, like Whitney Moore was a guest, Steve Zaragoza was a guest, and Trisha
So
was
they were
a
just
guest.
playing video games.
Yes, they
and
would
then
just bring in games. They would play games, and it's all in front of like a kind of a pseudo live audience.
Yeah.
So kind of like a Twitch streamy, but like TV show.
Yeah, like a
that
little
was,
more
like,
produced.
More produced and
Yeah, it was like a Twitch stream in this format of like a Tonight Show, and it was intermixed with like sketches that they would do with the hosts, and like random little things. Sometimes the guests would produce the content, like they had the guy, you know, Freddie Wong was the first guest, and so they would bring on sketches. So it was kind of cool. It was neat.
You had to take, I'm sure as an assistant editor, for people who don't know, you probably had to take all the raw footage and then organize it
Well, so
for the editor, or how did that work out? Because I've never, you know.
So on the Disney show, I was like a full editor.
You were full editor.
And at the creative agency, I've worked as an assistant editor.
Okay.
Which is basically right. So it's like they'll have editors.
But did you have an assistant editor when you were doing the Disney show? Or did you have to compile everything together?
We did have an assistant editor, thankfully.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like, bless that, because we had one assistant editor who was amazing. His name was Edward. And
Shout out to Edward.
Yeah,
Shout out to
Edward. And we had like a bunch of editors, and then we had like he was like the assistant for the whole show. And then we would have like a night assistant that would come in and do stuff that was like kind of organizational.
I bet he did some some things.
Some
in that
weird
room.
shit.
He's like, I'm alone.
Literally though. And then
I just think it's weird when
Honestly,
you're in
you
a
probably
building
just
and it's
watched
quiet.
Movies. You probably just watched movies and like hung out.
well,
No, he
it
probably
was, there were
worked.
two
Yeah, that
guys and then a
too.
girl.
If I was there, I'd be like, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna run around this building.
It's
I-
empty.
Well,
Yeah.
I would
they
do
didn't have to
that.
stay
Yeah, I
there.
would
Like
do
they only
that.
had to stay there until whatever needed to be done was done. So
Oh, okay.
like they didn't have to like they weren't like night watch.
I'd have a sleepover.
Yeah, I would still just stay there.
Yeah.
Just live there. There were people that lived there in the building. Like there was a guy. Okay, I don't know if he actually lived there, but like he did all. You know how like you can go to a gym and you can like shave and stuff.
Yes.
He would do that like in the bathroom of the office building. This was one of the. I felt so bad for laughing.
That just sounds like a guy going through a divorce.
Maybe it was. It might have been. But what was
Aw.
funny, the funny thing, and I guess sad in some ways, was that he would always try to cover for it in some. Like I think he felt a little insecure about it.
Yeah.
But to the point where
And
it
not
was
enough to not do it there.
not enough to not do it during business hours, but also not enough to like the excuses he would come up with. I'm thinking of one particular one that's making me laugh. There was a moment like 3 of us were going to the bathroom before we left for the day, and he's in here shaving. And then like as we're leaving, I think I don't know, I'm assuming was maybe feeling insecure about it. I'm projecting. But the guy, so he pulls out his phone and he's just like, oh, and pretends to answer the phone. But like you can see that he's not like it's his app.
On the
right?
screen.
Yeah, you can see the screen. He hasn't answered the phone, and he's like,
no.
oh hello, Mr. Mayor, but like. Totally deadpan, like genuinely trying to convince us he's on the and then just like continues a conversation like he's being contracted by the mayor. And I started laughing, like I hope he didn't see me laughing because I just like it just cracked me up. So
Yeah,
much.
I mean if someone's I mean
I was
I'd be like me being like, hold on guys, we gotta pause we gotta pause this podcast. Hello, Mr. President.
Yeah, it was like that. I just was not expecting
hold
it.
on. Hello, Mr. World Leader of the entire world.
Hello, Mr. Conspiracy World Leader. What is it? The First World Order. Hello, Mr. First World Order.
The Illuminati.
Jim Illuminati.
Hi, is this Jim Illuminati? Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering about the conspiracy. It's true? Okay, good to know. Guys, confirmed. Conspiracy. First World Order.
You better contact Snopes.com.
http:// www.snopes.com. I had to do the whole thing. There was
I just found out
I
about
committed to
Snopes.
it, and then I had to do it.
I just found out about Snopes about 6 months ago.
What?
Yeah.
It's been around for ages.
He was only in the last movie. Well, the movie before that, too.
You know what,
Snopes.
Snoke?
Oh, what?
We're spoilering. Oh, I can't even speak. Great. So that you did that for a bit,
Guys, it's been a weird day.
and then, how's that different? Well, any more thoughts?
Well, I guess it's been fun, and like as sad as like SourceFed ending was, the good news is that I've gotten to see all you guys so much since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's been a great thing from like a career standpoint because like we've had so many people that have all gone off and done their own thing. And
Because
Yeah.
can you put Disney or you put creative
oh, I
agency?
certainly do put Disney
okay.
on my resume.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like it's been a nice thing because everyone's gone out and been able to do their own things, and everyone's kind of kept in touch with everybody and had everybody's back. So it's been a great thing in that like I was like at the Disney thing, editor Brett was there as well, and Kenny was there from SourceFed.
Oh, yeah.
And Joel was producing on the other show that they were doing. So
Oh, he wasn't on your show?
no, he was on Park
Oh,
of Place.
I thought he was on your show.
But he was there in the office, and so that was great. And then I did some more time at the creative agency, and then
What do they do there?
at the creative agency? So
Yeah.
they do they work with a lot of brands. I'm like new to that world, so I'm just public knowledge. They work with like in the time that I was there, we did some commercials for Chick-fil-A and for Comcast
Okay.
primarily. But they mainly work in the Spanish market, so they do ads.
Oh,
in
yeah, that's
Spanish.
right. I remember you
Luis
telling
got
me
so
that.
excited.
Did you get to eat Chick-fil-A?
They did have a when they got the Chick-fil-A contract, they had a day, and like
Fuck yeah.
the mascot came in, and they had like little
Chickie!
plushies for everybody. It was great. It was so fun.
That's awesome.
The cow?
Yeah, the cow.
Yep.
Like a real cow or someone in a costume?
They put a.
No, they got a real
They
cow.
got
What
a
do you
raw
think?
real cow.
They're not going to mess around. They're going to get a
mean
real
someone in a
cow.
costume.
Yeah,
I
why
want
would
a
they
real-
put somebody in a costume?
There's never. It's always a real.
It's
real
all
cow.
a real cow. It's always been a real cow.
But they don't bring in real cows to workplaces.
Yeah, yeah. They brought in
Oh,
the
real
that's
cow.
you know how there's like the the mascot sometimes is in the driveway? You know, like the drive-through? You
Yeah?
ever seen that? Yeah, it's a real cow.
Yeah, but it's not like it's a statue.
I like how this is one of the few times. Well, I don't know if Luis is joking.
Luis is definitely joking.
Okay. I was just like, wait.
It's
How did
one of the
I?
few times that you
I
got
was
the
just like,
sarcasm.
wait, did
but
I catch the sarcasm and Luis didn't? That's weird.
No,
guys,
And then I'm like, wait, no, Luis is doing extra sarcasm and I'm still not getting it. I'm like, wait.
we're in our own sarcastic world that we've been in all day. Like the I'm fine. That's sarcasm. But we have some questions to answer because we have like literally 1,000 questions that
we have
haven't
too
answered.
many questions.
So,
too many cooks.
so I want to start out by asking, because I have one. What's the weirdest nickname or pet name you've ever been given?
Oh, it was last week when I called him Chucky.
Oh yeah, Chucky. That's a good one.
It's not too much of a stretch of the imagination.
Yeah,
given that
it's
my
not.
first name's
That's
Charles.
true.
Mine was Pencil. I got
What?
called Pencil.
Spencil.
No, Pencil.
Why would they
now
call
where
you
did that come from?
Pencil?
Spencer
'Cause
sounds like pencil.
Really? That's it?
That's
That's
it.
dumb. You know, I accidentally.
It was a child, okay?
I'm gonna
Don't
beat
get
that.
banned at the
So it's
child.
like hot pencil.
That's exactly
Oh
what it
my
was.
Gosh, that's adorable.
Yeah, it was pretty cute.
Wait, hot puzzle.
Although I was young too, so.
Oh.
What?
Hot puzzles?
What?
Why are you talking about hot puzzles?
Pencil.
Oh, pencil. Yeah.
You
Hot
just said it like
pretzels.
in a child's voice.
Oh, pencil.
Yeah.
Pencil.
They were like, hi, pencil.
Oh,
Oh,
that's cute.
Did you like him
Did I what?
as a friend?
It was a girl, and
as a-
she
as
was
a
about
girlfriend?
she was about 4 probably, and I was probably about 5, so I have no recollection.
Okay.
But I'm sure we were friends.
Pencil.
Yeah,
I'll
that's what it
say
was.
all my nicknames weren't good nicknames.
I
Like
don't-
as
do I
in
want-
like they're
Your
not
like
good
me
kind of like
nicknames?
is already a
Like
nickname.
Your
they
name
were-
is already a nickname.
Yeah, but so thus all my nicknames were like people being mean.
Oh,
Like, they're
that's not good.
I was called Chia Pet. I was called.
Oh,
I was
that's
called.
fucked up.
Yeah, that is.
I was called Mufasa because hair and all that. And then I've had family members call me Oreo. Also not very good. Do not do that.
not a good name.
Not good. And then straight up just white girl. White girl.
White girl.
Yep. And I was just like,
Oh my
all right,
God.
thanks, Uncle Greg. This is why we don't talk.
Shout out to Uncle. Oh no, we don't want to shout out to Uncle.
His name is Uncle Greg.
Well, his name's Gregory.
Gregory.
Yeah, no, we don't talk.
You and Greg.
He was my youngest uncle, who was younger than my oldest cousin. Put that together.
I don't know what you're saying. You just said words, and I don't know what they mean. It's been too long of a day for me to parse what you said, so I'm just gonna ignore it.
I can't think of any nicknames.
You can't think of any?
I just think of like people who call me. They call me all like forms of
Chewy?
Luis. Luis?
You ever got
Louis?
Luigi?
Chewy? I've
you
never
ever got
gotten
Chewy?
Chewy.
Never got Chewy?
No. Chewy? No, I've gotten Louis, Lou,
Do you want
Luis.
Chewy? We'll call you
No, I don't want
Chewy.
Chewy. I don't like that.
What about no Texas? No one ever just called you Texas?
Tex? No, because I lived in
from
Texas.
But here, like no one's ever like.
I don't think it's stuck. We have a guy, a graphics designer here. His name is Ben, and for the first like week he was here, he kept trying to think of nicknames for me. So he would spin them off. He's like, "Hey, G Dog, what up, LG? What up, Lou G?"
No, he still consistently does that to
you?
everyone else in the office. Like he's just
I love
on a
it. Ben, I
constant-
love it.
Constant hunt to find a great nickname.
He's trying to
for
find that
everyone
perfect one, which is great. He's not
It's great.
stopping
Keep
until he
variety
finds the right one.
every time. Yeah, it's fun.
Luigi.
Luigi, I've gotten to.
Oh,
I like
Luigi's
Luigi.
good.
I
That's
frequently
a
call you
solid one.
Luigi.
Yeah, that's
It's more
good.
fun to say.
I like it. Yeah, I remember, like I had with friends. They would just call me Luigi. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Louis. People just give me any nickname. It's fine.
I'll
It
call you
sticks.
Dave.
I love it.
Any nickname really works so long as you
What
just
about
like
just
stick with
Lou?
it.
Yeah, as long as
Lou?
you
Just
commit.
Lou?
I like Lou.
Lou?
I like Lou because it's short and simple.
Yeah.
Lou.
Hey,
That's
Lou.
like,
Lou.
you
How
gotta
about
save that for
we?
when you're like 60 though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because I don't.
You know what it
I
is?
hate it when
Oh wait, now you're Uncle Luis times 2. So instead of Uncle Luis, you're just Uncle Lou.
Uncle Lulu.
Uncle Lou, that rolls off the tongue.
Uncle Lou.
Uncle Lou. Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, you
I have a
you gotta
nephew.
you gotta get them to start saying that.
Well, I have a nephew and a niece. They don't call me uncle. It's weird.
Why
What do they
not?
call you?
I don't know. I was like, why don't call me uncle? I'm a man. I'm a person.
But you're their uncle.
I know, but I was 15.
Don't
and
call
I
me
didn't-
dad. I'm
Oh,
a
you were
man.
15.
I was 15 and it
Son.
felt
They call
you
weird
Luis?
to be called
That's
uncle.
different. Yeah, that's
he
different when you're
And he
15.
acts more like my
You
my
become
younger
uncle,
brother.
I think, at the age of 22.
22 is an uncle.
22 is when you could be uncle and auntie.
I guess so.
I don't think I'm gonna be an uncle.
Are you an only child?
I'm an only child, and Hannah has an older sister, but her older sister has said that she doesn't want kids,
Oh, okay.
and
You
so
could
I
do-
think I'm never gonna be an uncle.
You
Yeah,
could be one of those
I'm
uncles
not-
that's
I'm
like
not
not
gonna be
actually
auntie
blood
'cause I'm an
related,
only
and
child.
the kid doesn't really know that. Until
Well,
they're, like,
I have
15.
3 cousins who are probably gonna have kids. I would
Yeah.
assume
Yeah,
at
so
least
you're just
one
gonna
of
be
them.
cousin.
You're like a
So
cousin.
I'll
uncle.
be an
cousin
uncle.
But you'll be cousin.
I'll be technically a second cousin.
Yeah.
But I'll be an uncle that way. But I won't actually be legally an
Yeah.
uncle unless she decides she's.
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
have
waiting
kids.
for all my friends to have kids, so I'll just be that. I'll be that Auntie Star.
Yeah.
Like, you know, where she's like,
Auntie
oh, like
Star.
we call her Auntie Star, but she's not really my
Yeah,
auntie.
that's
like
exactly
that,
what I mean.
Yeah.
Like that, because I had those. I had an Aunt Lucy that was like, how is she related?
Yeah,
Like,
you
she's
always
not
do that.
related
You're
to
like,
us.
hey,
I was like, okay.
which one of you is related to? Uncle Sam?" You're like,
Oh, we're
no, he's not. Yeah.
Auntie Star's kind of.
Auntie
Yeah, I was like,
Star,
it would
that's
be
cool.
super cute. I want to be Auntie Star.
Yeah.
Auntie Star takes us to Disneyland. I like Auntie Star. Auntie Star gives us all the sugar stuff. That's great. I was
Okay,
like,
wait.
yeah, I want to be that aunt. And then I'd load them up with sugar, then drop them off at home.
You're the worst.
It'd be great.
That's the worst thing
hey,
you could
I gave
do.
you. I would be like, you got a
I was
whole
gonna give
day.
mine drugs.
I'd be like,
Oh boy. Never mind.
I'm like, no,
Give
they
them
got,
the sugar.
you
Nobody
got the
give
whole
Luis any
day.
children.
No, like
We're-
you get the whole day without the kid. So it's like you got the whole day, and yeah, sure, I drop them off and it's an explosion. But was like, you had a whole free day.
Yeah, I guess. I
And
mean,
also, like, I want them to like me, so here's all the sugar.
Yeah.
so you don't have any nicknames that you can think of that you've gotten? Well, because your name, we talked about this. Your name is technically not.
Kind of a nickname.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
Charles.
Nah, I've never ever really. Okay, so like, I've never really ever gone by Charles, except, and I was gonna say this last week and I totally forgot to, which is that like, there's this, I have this weird thing, like whatever I'm doing, I just zone in hardcore and like, I just do not perceive the world around me.
Right.
But like, for whatever reason, the only name that cuts through that is Charles. So like, if I'm sitting there and I'm like on my computer playing on my phone, and you're like, Danny, 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 and like, I just literally don't even hear you. It's not like I'm ignoring you.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
if they're like Charles, I'm like, I'll hear it. I don't know why. But
Do your
people have been
parents call you
explo-
Charles when they're
Never.
upset?
Well,
Charles Denny Connor.
honestly, never.
Daniel.
Just Daniel. Daniel Connor.
When you received your diploma, what did they call you? Did
Well,
they
I
say
would have.
Charles Daniel
I would have
Connor?
written like, you know, you get to write your name, but it
Oh,
says
that's
Charles
true.
Daniel Connor on the diploma. That was the struggle though in elementary, where they're like, you know, the first week of school, they're
The
like
struggle,
Charles, and
yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I go by. I had a teacher call me out because I had to learn like every year you have to learn how to say that sentence correctly.
Yeah.
So, like the first year you're like, I'm Danny, you know, and then
I go by Danny. Yeah.
yeah, I go by Danny, and then like. Now I'm like I go by my middle name Danny because I've had teachers like they're like, oh, Charles Connor, and I'm like, yeah, I go by Danny, and they're like, why? Like, why do you go by Danny?
You're like scolding this
Because that's
child.
my name.
Like, where did you get Danny from Charles? And I was like, oh, middle name.
Do you ever get Dan? People ever call you Dan?
People do call me Dan sometimes, but I just really don't like identify with Dan.
yeah,
My
yeah.
girlfriend sometimes calls me Dan, and she's the only one
Well,
that gets
probably
away
Yeah, I
with
just-
it.
feel
probably
like
just
if you
a
go by
shortcut.
Danny, you'd just be like Daniel.
I get like she calls me Dan Man all the time.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
her
yeah.
family does now too.
Dan man.
Dan Man's the only like
Pretty good.
genuine nickname, but even then, not a lot of people.
That's a
call me
pretty good nickname now.
Super cute.
If I could change my name, I'd probably change it to like Tim.
You changed it to Tim?
It's easy. No one's gonna mistake in that.
Yeah. Mistaken that.
No one's gonna ever
No one's ever gonna make a mistake.
make a
with that?
mistake about that. Yeah. Oh, this brings up a good point. You know how sometimes I don't speak correctly? I feel like it's because I grew up learning Spanish.
Right.
That was my
Okay.
first language.
I didn't know
Forgot it completely.
Right.
Not completely. I know I can speak it. I can, but I'm not great
¿Cómo
at it.
estás?
Muy bien. See?
Gracias. See?
And
Just
so
do the rest of the podcast in that Spanish.
Hola. That's
so-
all I know. I've reached my limit.
I can speak it and I can understand it more. But the just the sentence structure and the syntax and
Right.
everything is very different. So I think my brain is trying to organize things
Uh-huh.
in a Spanish grammar, but then I'm speaking it differently.
Yep.
I can see that.
That makes
I-
sense.
I could imagine. I
Or
don't
I
know
have
any other
dyslexic
languages.
thought.
Yep. There it is. Okay, we have another question that I wanted, because this one says, what is the cringiest Halloween costume you've ever seen? But I think I want to change it to seen or that you've worn yourself. Because I've definitely had, like, thinking back, I think I've probably had cringy Halloween costumes.
Really?
Like children, like as children.
Oh,
It was
as
like,
children.
Yeah, like as children.
I mean, they weren't like the best costumes, but they were fine. They were like, like homemade cat costumes. which
But
is, like,
when you were
we're
like
all-
a teenager,
we're all black.
did you have
and,
like
have
a
a tail.
did you have like an embarrassing one as a teenager?
No, I didn't really get to truly participate in Halloween till college.
Oh
'Cause
wow.
It's like
yeah, that's right. I
Because my
remember you
mom was
saying
just
this.
not about. So I would either wear the same costume every year,
Mm-hmm.
and then as a teenager, my mom was not about it. So I didn't really dress up. And then in college, I was like, I'm gonna finally get Halloween costumes. So I
Yeah.
did that.
Yeah. So you never really have time to embarrass yourself like I did.
Not like
Yeah, what did you do?
a goof.
I just know that, like, I think back and I'm like, oh yeah, I totally wore that Power Rangers costume at like 12,
That's
and I
fine.
totally wore like
I
a
had
I was,
Power
a
ninja,
Ranger-
I was a red Power
a
Ranger too.
ninja,
I
like
was
a
Red Power
ninja
Ranger my
costume.
senior year of high school.
Oh,
so-
that's see, that's when
amazing.
it came back. I think I wore it in like the awkward state. I don't even remember. I just remember having a Power Rangers costume. And I remember having a ninja costume. And the thing back on, I'm like, why the fuck would I dress up like a ninja? That's the
not?
word.
I mean,
You're
like
asleep.
now.
Because like
Now
It
you
is
can-
like
now
kids
it's
go
a
for the most.
thing.
I feel like the Halloween costumes are either like so specific, they're like,
Right.
I want to be like literally that superhero.
Like I was a cowboy.
I
Or
wanna be
yeah, or
Luke
it's just some
Skywalker.
generic like. Yeah, you're either like a character or you're just like the most broad. Like I'm a cat, It's like
Yeah.
I
Cat,
do
mouse,
remember
bunny.
now. So I went Halloween shopping with my brother, and I thought the world of my brother. I still do.
Right.
And
You're
I didn't know
like,
what I,
until this day,
No.
I thought the world of
and I didn't know what to do, so he kind of guided me through. And I got this Grim Reaper black like thing like you know, hoodie.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then,
yeah.
And then he was like, "Oh, you should get this mask," and it's a smiley face with a bullet hole right through it.
Oh,
And
okay.
I didn't identify it with at all, but I was like, okay. I felt like kind of like pushed into getting this costume just because I couldn't speak up for myself. And so I was just like,
Luis.
okay, my brother's cool. I'll do whatever you want me to do. But it was like this hoodie, this like, you know, Grim Reaper thing.
He just made you scary.
He just made me scary. But I was like, I felt very weird.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Did you guys gravitate more towards like specific characters, or would you do like general stuff?
I think if it wasn't Power Rangers, I think I was more generic. I know I was a devil one year when I was very, very.
My brother
very
was a
young.
devil. I was just about to give him
Like,
crap for it
Super young.
on air here.
I mean, you can. I was so young, I don't remember it, but I know I was at some point because I've heard that story of just like being made into a devil at like 2 years old or something
Yeah.
ridiculous. But I think when I was younger, I think I gravitated more towards like generic things. But I never liked to be scary things.
Yeah, me neither.
I was never
Yeah, I
really
didn't
like
like
a
to be
scary.
scary or
Like
anything.
there were those kids who really liked those masks. You guys remember those masks that were clear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
was
then
just thinking about that.
Yeah, and then they have like
Yeah.
a face underneath them, and then you have the hand pump.
It's the Scream. It's a Scream mask.
Yeah,
And then
but it has the clear, and then then you pump the thing, and then the blood. Yeah, I was like not about it at all. I was like, this is the worst thing
Yeah.
anybody could ever make. Why would you? Why
yeah,
would
I
you
didn't
make
like the
this
scary
thing?
stuff. I always wanted to be specific things, but then it was always ended up like, well, I guess I'll just be the generic thing because the specific thing is either a boy's costume definitely wouldn't fit me or it doesn't work on me, or it was just like non-existent. Like I wanted to be Sailor Moon for pretty much my whole teenage career. Guess who has 3 Sailor Moon costumes now?
Eh.
Because I'm an adult and I can do whatever I want. I still need to get like Jupiter and Mars, but I have Venus, Mercury,
other
and Sailor Moon.
boy Sailor Moons.
There's Tuxedo Mask. Just
Sailor
put a
What's that?
tuxedo.
Sun.
It's
Sun,
It's
yeah.
it's the love interest. It's a he wears a tuxedo.
Pilot
He has a
Sun.
mask. He has a rose. He has a big top hat, and he throws roses.
What's sun?
Interesting.
Big
Well,
old
Sailor
cape.
Moon,
It's
right?
literally like
The opposite.
honestly, you
He
and Hannah
flies.
could be
I love
Sailor
it.
Moon and tuxedo mask like super easy. Like
You
just
wouldn't
literally wear your tuxedo, put a mask on, get a top hat.
What kind of mask?
It's like a
Like a-
party,
like a
like a white
standard.
party mask.
Oh, like a what's it called? Like a ball, like a
like a
masquerade
ballroom
ball
white
mask. Like decorated or just scary,
white,
just plain white.
plain white.
You get that for
that's
50
real
cents.
You could get that as sunglasses. They have sunglasses that are just that shape. You get that top hat. That's it, and then have Hannah. Like I could blend her.
Does
the
he have like a
costume.
mysterious voice? Like, hello, welcome.
I mean,
Oh,
he's
hello.
just hi. I'm Tuxedo Mask. He doesn't like have a voice.
Hi, I'm Tuxedo Max.
Like he ends up like
Max?
Max?
Tuxedo Mask.
His name
Like,
is Tuxedo
His
Mask.
name is his outfit. Tuxedo Mask. He's
That's a real dumb. Somebody
like they
did
put
not
a-
work
yeah,
hard at that name.
about-
well, it's
10
in
seconds
Japanese.
of thought
In
into that.
Japanese, it's tuxedo kamen, which kamen means mask.
Okay, well it's
I'm
equally as
hat
uncreative.
pants.
Hi, my name's Shirt Shoes.
He's tuxedo. He's cool. He's a cool dude. He's a cool dude. He shows up.
real dumb.
He inspires, and then Sailor Moon does her thing.
I mean,
Beautiful.
great.
So we were watching the Olympics now.
Yes.
And Star was telling me that Sailor Moon was inspired by the ice skating, and we were watching.
Was
the
it
ice
really?
skating.
Oh
the,
wow.
The creator, like, she really liked the gowns and was just like, oh, how cool would it be to like have superheroes?
You know what? That
in-
totally makes sense.
in like those beautiful like sparkly dresses because it's also like it's powerful. They're jumping in the air and all
Yeah.
that. And then like a few years ago, there was I forget her name, but there was a popular figure skater who did a Sailor Moon routine,
Whoa.
and I was like, oh, look, full circle. But it's weird. I was lamenting, like, I was just like, oh man, like figure skating
Right.
influenced my whole career because it influenced
Yeah.
this lady, and
Which
that
is what
lady's thing
give
like
you-
influenced
yeah,
my
which is,
thing, and it's like, it's weird.
We
Olympics are dope.
So we were watching the Olympics.
Yeah, we were.
And I'm sorry, I
question?
have to give a shout out because Star was here. I watched a couple do ice skating techniques,
Oh, that's right.
and I became infatuated by it. I started diving deep into their relationship to see what their history was.
Okay.
I never do this.
So it was the Canadian.
What? Why are you staring at me like
So
that?
just like I don't care.
Listen, it touched my soul. They were playing the Moulin Rouge song. Shout out to Canada's Tessa Virtue and Scott Moyer.
Yeah, they had a great
Tessa.
performance. They won the gold for Canada's team.
You could just
figure
feel the
skating
chemistry
thing.
between
But
them.
like they were like, it
Are
was
they a
just-
couple?
that was the
Ooh.
thing, and that like you watch the
Oh.
thing and you're like, oh man, they have like serious chemistry. Like
They-
they like,
right.
I wonder if, and it for whatever reason, it makes everybody who watches it go, I wonder if they're a couple. And then when you look into it, you like end up in like this rabbit
There's a
hole
rabbit
of people
hole of
just
it.
like, are they a couple or not? And like trying to piece things together based on things they're saying and
Okay,
not saying.
I'm super down for that because
And
you
they're-
know me and rabbit holes.
I know, and they're like, does Scott slip it up? And they have all these things and like theories, but there's a story about it. Like they were together at 8 or 9 years old because the girl's aunt was a skate coach, so together they had a little love thing, and then it fell apart. And now,
but as kids,
they were kids,
like children, like
yeah, 8, 9 years
actual
old.
children.
Because the man's friends made fun of him, so he like, okay, well, we're not gonna date.
Quit skating.
He quit dating her.
Oh,
But they were kids also. And now, years later, they say it's complicated. And they make references to sleeping with each other.
They make
For the listeners at home, I'm doing air quotes.
they make references.
Well,
to
because they say
sleeping.
they keep also saying that they're strictly platonic. Like, no, we're strictly platonic. We're not a thing. We're not. And it's just like, okay, I would believe that because I could see like if you hang out, because there is an actual like scientific theory of the reason why incest doesn't happen as often as you think it would, just because humans are gross and people. It's because they've done studies where if kids grow up together, like prepubescent for a number of years, even if you're not in the same family, if you grow up and you hang out with them often enough, you will not partner with them. It's like something in your brain goes, that's family, don't touch. Which is why, like, in cases
see
where
that.
there's, like, incest where people met as adults, it's because it's like, oh, like, they're attracted to each other because of similar pheromones, something similar. But since they didn't grow up together,
they didn't have
they
that.
don't have
yeah.
that,
They didn't have
that block to
barrier.
go, oh, no, that's family.
That totally makes sense to me.
So
Yeah.
like, there's villages like they did. It was like some village in China or whatever, where it's like the kids in the village all grew up together, and they found that the kids never really dated afterward. Like they would always date outside of that
Yeah.
circle that they grew up with.
Maybe they're just bored of those people.
Well, that too, but like they just think like as a general, like that's what
Right.
there's a biological reason why you don't do that, and it's
Interesting.
because you live together and your brain goes, no, you need more varied genetics. Don't do that.
Yeah.
So
Luis,
that's
what's
why
your
I thought that's
conclusion?
what was
About
going on
what?
with them.
What do you think?
Oh, they definitely are. Okay,
Oh,
like they have a.
I think they're fucking now too, just
Oh,
because
yes.
they
You think
said
so? Okay.
because she said
But they're
it's
not-
complicated. And I
it's
was just
com-
like,
That means they fucked, but they're not like
They're not.
kid.
Their relationship is somewhat complicated. It's like they're not together, but they're
they
together.
do have chemistry.
But they do have a lot of
They
chemistry.
have a lot of chemistry.
But they're not gonna go out because it wouldn't work out. But they fuck.
Yeah,
Caveat. They fuck.
it's the like we see each other all the fucking time, like,
Right.
And look at us, like they're both beautiful. They're also both drop dead gorgeous. So
Yeah.
like you're like, okay, yeah, like we're on the road all the time. Look at us.
Yeah.
We have to dance like this together all the time.
Oh yeah, they were.
Like they were.
smashing. So Martin, on our questions doc.
Martin's an all-star question asker.
Yeah, he is. He is an all-star. He says you have to participate in the Winter Olympics. What sport would you join and think you do pretty well in?
Curling.
Do you do well curling?
Yeah. The ones that I could
Wait,
do
the
well.
ones you want to do, or the ones?
No,
That's
that's
two
one you
separate
think
questions.
you do well at.
It would be curling. Think I do well at curling.
You have to test that theory by doing
Like-
that bar sand game.
Oh, the shuffleboard.
Yeah.
But if I practice enough, I'm sure I can.
Yeah, how much time do I get? Like right now.
No, right now.
Right now.
Name
what do
some
I
Like
other-
do?
you're
spent all my
you're
time-
going up right now to do it.
Name some other Olympic sports. What's
Ooh, okay.
what's on? What's
Winter
something
Olympics.
that doesn't
I
go-
just found out about this Winter Olympic sport where you're skiing and then you get a gun and you shoot.
I was gonna say that one. Because
That
like,
one is training people to be like spies.
I was gonna say like a shooting
Is
one.
it not? You're like,
Yeah.
run away.
That's so good.
I think it's called the biathlon.
Yeah,
that one,
yeah.
I think I'd do luge.
I would
do
say
luge?
I think
You're
luge
just
is the only
falling?
one I could compete in.
There's the luge and there's the other one that's
Too
like
fast. It's
skeleton.
just so
skeleton.
fast.
Where you, it's like you're going to turn into a skeleton if you because you're going
It's like-
face forward.
It's like it reminds me of Skull Crushers, the exercise where you've named the exercise after the likely conclusion of doing it. You know?
Like
Yeah.
what's gonna happen
Okay, wait.
if
Do
you
you
do
have
it?
to be good at it at all?
You
Skele-
just it says what do you think you do the best at?
Yeah,
What are
curling.
what are the options?
Because here's the thing, I'd be
Skiing,
like, I'm gonna
snowboarding?
go snowboarding, and I wouldn't do the half pipe. I would just go straight down and just be really excited that I'm
Ice
getting
skating.
down to the bottom.
I can't ice skate very well. I can't ski or snowboard very well. I'm imagining that the bobsled would just kill me like immediately.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That's
yeah,
what I'm
that would
counting on, though.
But see-
I'm counting on getting down there faster by just being reckless.
Yeah.
and just
What-
You
dying.
just, one in a million, you make it through and
You
you
just
win.
break
Yeah, what
your
if you're in the
back.
middle? Because
No.
it's a team of what, 5?
Oh yeah.
could
Oh,
be
I
like-
could be the one that pushes him down and then just jumps in the back.
Yeah. That's
I feel
No,
like
that
that's too
guy-
much
No,
responsibility.
because that guy's also breaks.
Oh.
you'd have to break.
I would be in the middle. I'd be
I'll
like,
be the one-
I'm
and I just-
cushioned and ready to go.
When everyone moves, I just like, I'll lean with you.
Right?
Yeah,
Because the first person
you
is
want
the
to be
most-
in the middle because the middle just.
Yeah.
So we're making a bobsled team.
Oh God.
What you're saying is,
Oh no.
what you guys saying is, we're gonna be in the next Olympics as a bobsled team.
We
Yeah.
sled late.
We sled late. All right, that's all
Oh
we
wait,
got.
is dog sledding an option? Is
It's
that
not.
an Olympic sport?
Like a little
Oh.
mushing.
That's not a bad.
It's not a Winter Olympic sport, apparently.
Oh.
We actually have a sponsor today.
What?
It's a new sponsor.
You didn't
What?
tell me
It's
this.
a new sponsor. Yeah, it's a new sponsor. I'm gonna. Nope. It's a new sponsor. It's a new sponsor today.
Get out!
Hello.
Hello, Simple Contacts. Simple Contacts is a convenient way to renew your contact lens prescription and reorder your brand of contacts from anywhere in minutes. It's vision care simplified. How does it work? Well, you need to renew your prescription. You take a 5-minute vision test from your phone or computer. It's reviewed by a licensed doctor, and you receive a renewed 1-year prescription and reorder your contacts. If you have an unexpired prescription, you just upload a photo, your doctor's information, and you order your lenses. There's convenience. You renew your prescription and reorder your branded contacts from anywhere in minutes because they have a cool little app. So you have to go to the doctors and sit in a waiting room. The vision test is self-guided and takes less than 5 minutes. It's reliable. It's designed by doctors and licensed. How do you say this word? You think? I'm pretty sure it's ophthalmologist.
Ophthalmologist?
Yeah, but it's spelled real weird. Like when I
That
think of
sounds
the
about
way
right.
that ophthalmologist is spelled, it's like OPT.
Donologist.
Yeah. Opto. OPTOM.
Well, there's optometrists, and then there's ophthalmologists.
That's what it
And
is.
Yes.
Ophthalmologist.
And
Do
then
you know
there's
what an
Optimus Prime.
ophthalmologist is? What the difference is between an optometrist and an ophthalmologist?
I believe
One goes more eyeball.
You know what? I did look this up.
One goes all the way eyeball.
I looked this up because there was an HQ question relating to this, and I missed it, and then Googled it, and I don't remember it.
Oh, okay.
But
We'll
I'll
look it up
Google it
later.
now while you read.
Yeah. So it's designed by doctors and licensed ophthalmologists. They review every test carefully, make sure your
If I
eyes
have
look
to
healthy
guess-
and that your vision hasn't changed.
If I have to
Yeah,
guess, I'm gonna guess that ophthalmology deals more with the shape of your either inside eyeball health, like surgery. Like they're the ones who do
like
surgery.
inside the eyeball.
Yeah, like an ophthalmologist doesn't cut your eyeball open, but an ophthalmologist does.
Why are they so simple? Okay.
That's my guess.
They're very similar sounding. Simple Contacts offers all the brands of lenses you're familiar with, including options for astigmatism.
Astigmatism.
Did you just mispronounce astigmatism?
Well, I was thinking like a stigma,
Tism.
and then I was like, no, that's not what it is. And then I was thinking a sty, and I was like, that's not
No,
what that
no,
is either.
that's not.
That's astigmatism. Multifocal lenses, colored contacts, and more. Simple Contacts customer support ensures every customer is 100% satisfied. You can get text updates on your order, and you can ask questions or reorder via text anytime. And the vision test is only $20 compared to the annual appointment, which without insurance could cost you over $200. So
Damn.
yeah, I know. That's a lot. What are you
If
doing
you,
over there?
If
Where
you
am
have
I?
contacts, like try
Simple
their app out.
Contacts?
Yeah, because the app will let you just renew it right there instead of having to go to your doctor and stuff. The contact lens prices are unbeatable. Standard shipping is free. And best of all, there is a promotion. So if you need, there's a promotion code that we have. So if you have contacts and you want to use some contacts instead of going to your doctors and having to get it renewed, you can get $30 off by going to simplecontacts.com/late and use promo code LATE LATE.
Please support the podcast. Go look at the sun, burn your eyes, and then try to get some
Don't
contacts
do
for
that.
us.
Do not do that.
There's a
Also,
solar eclipse tomorrow. Just do it. Just look.
also, just as a side
Legitimately,
note,
if you already have contacts, try it out.
yeah, try it out because it's much better to just have an app. And but this isn't a replacement for your periodic full eye health exam. So make sure you go get your eye exam if you need an eye exam. But if you're just looking to renew your contacts, or you're looking to order some without having to sit in the doctor's office, you can use them. So again, that's simplecontacts.com/late with promo code LATE.
Simple Contacts.
Simple Contacts. What? Oh, did you find out the answer?
I did.
Okay. I'd like
And
to
the
know.
answer is it's kind of muddied.
Great. Perfect.
So here's an answer though. So an optometrist is an eye doctor who has earned a Doctor of Optometry degree, and they can examine your eyes for health problems. They can correct refractive errors by giving you glasses or contact lenses. They do some low vision care and vision therapy, and they're also licensed to prescribe medications to treat eye problems. But an ophthalmologist is a medical doctor, an MD. Who specializes in eye and vision care, and they're trained to do eye exams, diagnose diseases, prescribe medications, and perform eye surgery.
There it is!
I was right.
So they said,
Yeah.
You're waiting for that moment.
They said, to extend the analogy with dentistry, whereas the education of an optometrist is similar to that of a general dentist, the education and training of an ophthalmologist is more similar to that of an oral surgeon.
Oh.
Yeah, I was.
But
thinking,
there's a lot of crossover. Like,
Yeah.
you can see both for a lot of the same things.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
was thinking in the sense of like psychologist with a psychiatrist, because one could prescribe.
One can prescribe medication.
and
the
that,
other
Right.
can't.
But that's the only difference.
Oh, what's happening?
From
Simple
what I
contacts.
Simple
Simple contacts.
I like Spencer's moment of like, why is there music playing?
I was like, is this copyrighted? Do we have to worry about no?
No, it's just Louis copyrighted.
It's just 3 notes.
Just 3 notes. Anybody has
It's
access
suit-
to those notes.
Oh God. Okay.
Oh, I guess NBC has very specific notes.
they
Oh,
do in a very
Oh, but
specific order.
I mean, we can hum it, but I don't think it counts because it's not like we make the
Uh-huh.
sound.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, so no, there's just ice skating was another one if anyone wants to do that. But
What?
I would-
Ice skating? You want to do ice skating?
no,
Like
I
as
said
a-
I said curling.
You say curling. Yeah, that's right.
We should all go ice skating. I just want to like hang out.
Ooh,
and,
I'd
like,
be real bad.
We should
We
do
should go
ice
ice
skating.
skating.
We should go snowboarding. Now that there's
Oh, I'd
actually
love
cold
to
enough
go
to like,
skiing.
we could go to Mountain High, and it's like it's not expensive. It's like $70, and you could rent all the gear.
My whole family's going to Vail this weekend.
What a
Where?
Why?
Vail,
What a bunch
Colorado.
of baloney.
Oh, I was like, where's that?
Yeah, it's a very, very nice ski resort. If you watch Elf,
Yeah.
Peter Dinklage's character, when he's bragging about how awesome he is, he
Uh-huh.
makes a reference to having like a house in Vail.
Oh yeah, he does.
So I was like,
I have a
hey!
house in Vail.
He's like, I have a house in Manhattan and in Vail, or something like that.
Where's Vale? I don't know where
It's
Vale
like
is.
right in the middle of Colorado.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that also a Game of Thrones place? In the Vale.
In the
Yeah,
Vail,
that's
yeah.
why I was just like, where? I was like, what are you talking about? I was like,
Yeah, they have a house in the Game of
I was
Thrones
like,
universe.
where are they going?
Yeah, we go through the hole. We just drop out of the hole in the center, you know, and then we just ski from there.
Nice.
Okay, I have a good question for Martin because Martin's on fire back here. He asks, "What is your most interesting scar from?"
So
That's a great question.
I have I told this story already? Okay, so I have a story. I usually don't have any stories.
Ooh, it's story time. Can you play another one of those little things
yeah,
for
hold
story
on.
time?
Dory.
Oh, that's pretty good. Let's go. Story time. So it's time for another. Oh, that was completely wrong. So I went to USC for a while ago after I graduated high school because I wanted to do the film program, and I didn't know how to do anything, and I didn't know how to cook. I didn't know how to live a proper life. So I was really hungry one day, and I said, I want to make a grilled cheese sandwich. So, do you guys know this story?
Wait, you attended USC?
It was for a summer program, so
Oh, okay.
it was for like a couple units, like 4 units.
I think I know this story.
So I was there for about 8 weeks, and we had to go there, and we made a film every week. We had to write it, shoot it, edit it, and then present it to the class. And it was very cool. But I was really hungry one day, and I said, you know what? I'm going to try to make a grilled cheese sandwich. It's very easy. Bread and cheese. And I've seen my friend make it, and so I'm going to imitate it. So I turn on the stove full power, full blast.
Okay.
High.
Sounds good.
And then
This sounds like me cooking already.
and then I
It's
get
like, wait, I was just like, no butter?
And so I get the butter and I slap it into the skillet. And then I notice, oh my God, it's gone. It just disappeared right away. I guess I should put more butter.
Uh-oh.
So I put more butter and it keeps happening and happening. So I put butter until there's a nice layer
Oh,
of butter. Because like, you know what? I don't want it to stick. That's going to be a big problem. So then I got bread and then cheese.
This
and I
sounds
laid
like
it down.
my cooking all the time.
And then right when I throw the
Seriously,
bread and the
so
cheese
bad
in the
at cooking.
skillet, smoke immediately pops up and fills the room with smoke. And I was like, well, this is bad. And so I turn it off. I try to air it out with my hands. And then I pull the
Oh,
the
no.
skillet off. and a little flame just reemerged out of the stove, and I was like, "Ooh, that's hot!" But when I did the little jerking motion with my hand, all that butter just came splashing into my arm. So you can't see it anymore because it was like almost 12 years ago. But you see that?
Oh yeah, I
It was-
totally can see it.
Right here. That's a 2nd-degree burn, and I had it right here on my wrist, and then also on my forearm, and so I had it just bubbling, like literally bubbling, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't have a car, and I was a fool, so I just stayed
Did you
in
put
my.
water on it?
I did. I Googled first, and then I
was
put,
like,
and then I
please
put
tell me
water.
You, like, put your hand in the water.
I ran it for about 10 minutes and I was dying. And then I took this guy's whiskey because I saw it in the movies when people are in pain. I was like, I didn't put it on here. I drank it. I was like, this will stop it. And then
you're gonna-
this is disgusting. And so I'm in pain. I put on Napoleon Dynamite to put the pain away.
That's how I usually escape my pain, both mental and physical.
It didn't work. And then I just laid there in the bed
Did you
in
go
pain.
to the doctor?
So hours later, I decided to finally go to the doctor.
Holy shit.
And then I went to the security, like the USC security police, and I was like, "Please, sir, can you take me to the hospital? I burned myself." So he took me to the UCLA hospital, and
course.
then
That is true, by the way, too. If something happens to the dean of the USC school, at last I heard this.
Really?
That they would take him to the UCLA Medical Center.
I was so confused. I was like, I'm right here, but they
Yeah.
took me there, and they put me in right away, and I had no more pain at that time because my arm was in shock.
Yeah.
And then they wrapped it up and got some cream, and then it bubbled up about an inch up with disgustingness. And then my doctor was like, "Oh well," like a couple days later, my doctor's like, "Oh well, this is pretty big. Do you want me to pop it or do you want me to leave it?" And I was like, "I don't know, man. I'm not. You're the doctor.
Yeah, you're the doctor. You
It's
tell
like,
me.
I think I'm gonna pop it." And so he tried to poke a little hole so he could squeeze it out.
Okay, I'm gonna guess. Clear.
What do you mean clear? Like the
Clear-
liquid?
Clear liquid.
Oh, I don't know. I
You
don't remember.
look?
All I remember was him trying to squeeze it, and then it sprayed all over his face.
Ah!
Yeah.
That's the worst.
And I felt very bad. But
That's when you know you're earning your salary.
yeah.
When you're like, I make a lot of money being a doctor.
Yeah.
Things are pretty good, and then you get sprayed by
By probably week old
fire pus.
pus. Yeah.
I'm
Week old
assuming-
fire pus,
I
and
don't
then
know
you're
why.
like,
I assume
nothing-
like burns
yeah,
would
nothing is
have
worth this.
clear liquid and not pus liquid.
I don't think it was that bad. I think it was like leaning towards clear than anything.
Should we look it up?
Yeah,
No, I don't want to see that.
You could look it up.
I'm not
on
gonna
your
look
phone.
But I felt
I
so
can't
bad
see.
because I think it's the same thing why I don't get a
Like,
tattoo.
you know when you get a
is
blister,
because it's so
like,
permanent.
Like, if you ever pop the blister, it's clear.
No,
No.
I've never popped a. No,
You
why
never
would I
popped
pop
the
the
blister?
blister?
I don't think I've ever had bad blisters.
Yeah.
I've had blood blisters on my feet.
I certainly
from
don't pop them. I
That's
just
from
But
our
it's from
shoes.
shoes. Girl
Yeah.
shoes suck.
like
so,
running without
like,
socks.
Oh, well, see, like I would get blisters, but they'd already be ripped open.
Or like a.
That's how that would
or
happen.
Like
Oh,
a
if you're playing
blister-
soccer
Yeah.
and then it rips, yeah.
Yeah. Or a blister on your hand. Like,
You
but
played soccer too, right?
I didn't.
Okay.
But
You
quick
seem
side
like a
note,
soccer
shout
boy.
out
Sorry.
to my girlfriend Allie, who has a huge blister on her foot and complains to me about it.
Oh, Allie, I'm so
she
sorry.
should take a pin and pop
She
it.
wanted a shout out, and that's
You
the
should
shout out you're
take a
getting.
pin.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like when
Shout out, Allie.
I've
Shout out,
had-
Allie. Get
Shout
through
out,
the
Allie.
blister.
I've had blisters where it's like my whole foot. Like it's just like
Ooh,
the whole foot.
no, why?
And so you just have to sit there and take like a little, like you take a needle, you put alcohol on it, and then you go, doot. It doesn't hurt because it's
I don't want
already
that.
fucked. So you just go boop, and then it's just clear liquid.
no,
which
no,
I
no.
think is better than pus because I'm like, oh, this is clear.
No, not better. Nothing good about that situation.
It didn't hurt though. It's like, have you ever gotten blisters on your hands?
Like calluses?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when they get big, if you ever pop them, it's clear liquid underneath.
I mean, I believe it. I just have never done it. I've always just left it,
always
and then it's
clear.
done on its own.
I don't know. I get blisters from tennis, like shoes and like racket, holding the racket. I'd get like.
You live a adventurous
Yeah,
life.
dangerous
Star.
I
life.
try. I have
What's the
rough
worst?
hands.
What's the worst scar you have? Or what's the weirdest scar you have?
Okay,
Or the worst, whatever.
I have
Whatever you think
one.
is
Well,
most
okay, so I
compelling.
have above my eyebrow, I have a tiny scar, but that's a chicken pox. I scratched my
Oh, I have a
face.
chicken pox one too on my
So I
nose.
have one here and I have one on my cheek. It's just a chicken pox scar because I was a kid and I scratched my face.
I think it's weird when people don't have chicken pox. You've all had chicken pox, right?
Well,
I haven't
got
had it.
the vaccine.
I had it.
No, but you've never had. Have you ever had it?
No, because I got the
He
vaccine.
had the
Yeah, I
vaccine.
had the vaccine
When we
too.
were kids, they didn't. Did you have the vaccine?
Yeah.
So you never had chicken pox?
No.
Wow.
It's
I
like
had
you've
it
had your
twice.
polio, right?
Like you
I had
had.
it,
Wait, I didn't know that. To
I
be
had it-
honest, look,
okay.
I'm learning two things: Snopes and this.
I had it twice because for whatever reason, like the first time around, it like I didn't get it that bad, and then the second time, like it was like finally.
Why weren't there vaccines when we were alive?
You know why we don't have them? Because we
Hello.
because our family's ethnic.
Is that why?
I think so.
Oh my goodness.
I think that's why. I think my mom was just like, no, she
Well,
should get it.
on TV, I always see like that idea of like, oh, your kid has chickenpox. Let me bring my kid.
Yeah,
so my
right.
kid can
Yeah,
have
because
chickenpox.
That was
so
like
I
a
thought-
pre-vaccine thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Because the younger you are, like the more you'll
Right,
survive
and
it.
the older you are,
get,
it's
like, more
very
dangerous.
dangerous.
Yeah. So like I was a kid and had it and had to
I
do
thought
like
that
the
was
pink
one of the,
chamomile
you had to
lotion
have that
all over it.
to like go to school.
I mean,
Now
I had
think,
all the
but
vaccines.
when I went to school, no. When you were a kid, it was like I don't think it was developed enough yet. So
I think for probably us it was.
Yeah.
I think it was. Probably
you
a
know
couple
what it
years
is?
later.
We're also close to the same age, Louise.
Yeah, you guys are closer to the same age.
Do you think? Okay. So,
We're
But
closer
it was
to the
that
same
But I
age.
think it's age, and I have a weird feeling that it's also like because
Culture.
our parents
It's been around
are
for a
not
while.
from here.
when did the history? I'm gonna figure this out while you guys do your thing.
Okay, so that's the
So
weirdest
that-
one you have.
Yeah, but I have one. I mean, it's super tiny. I remember getting it in like second grade. Here's the thing: it's barely existent anymore because it was second grade. I was on a field trip to Tallahassee, and somehow I don't remember how, but I scratched my hand on the bus,
Ow.
and I remember being like, because it was a kind of a deep scratch,
Ugh.
but I kind of liked it because it was in the shape of a dolphin.
Oh, so you just picked at it till it was a scar? Cause you're like, I get a
Like,
cool
well,
dolphin
it's
scar.
like, it
Designer
was just like
scar.
a
Yeah.
like you
Designer
could
scars.
barely
Designer
see it.
scars.
You could barely. It's like the
AKA
faintest
tattoos.
thing, but
Star
I could
scar.
still have a trace of it where I'm like, oh, okay, it doesn't look like a dolphin anymore. 'cause
Oh, well,
it's-
that's sad.
But I remember at the
Then why
time
keep it?
going like, oh, what a weird thingy. But I don't remember how I got the scratch. I don't remember if someone scratched me or if I like messed my hand somewhere. I also had $10 stolen from me by the girl who's sitting next to me in that trip.
Yeah,
so-
punch her. You punch her?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was
never
just
mind.
like, I had no proof.
I probably overreacted.
But I just knew I was missing $10, and
You
she
knew it was her.
I was
She
just
had
like,
that look on her face.
like who else would have taken my $10? She was sitting next to me the whole time.
I found out about the chicken pox.
Okay,
The vaccine first became commercially available in 1984.
we didn't get it.
Hmm.
We didn't get it.
Maybe it was part of our health insurance. Our
I
parents'
guess,
health
it must have been
insurance?
like it must have been 1984. It started, but wasn't like widespread yet.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
That is crazy that you guys didn't have that.
that's all right.
Danny, what's your weirdest or most prominent or craziest scar?
That's a good question. I don't have a lot of scars. I have this like okay. I don't
Until today.
Yeah.
You don't have a scar?
line
I'll
in
give
the-
you one.
There's like a little black dot on my palm.
Okay.
See where this line runs into it, and there's like a black dot like under
that a
the
pencil?
surface. It's from a pencil.
Oh, I think I had that
Oh.
too.
I had a pencil and I dropped it, and I went to go catch it, and just like
I
straight
kind of always
like
wanted
this.
one of those because it's like a little tattoo.
And it won't go. Yeah, it's like a little tattoo, and it's funny
Like
because
that's what tattoos are.
it's like a star.
It's
It's like pointing right at it.
Weird.
ink. It's ink underneath
Look at
your.
that.
Well, it's like charcoal.
Same.
Oh
is it
yeah.
pencil?
Right in your
Oh,
right in
you
your
got a
knee.
little
I
pencil
got one too.
tattoo?
Someone stabbed me in the knee. You can't.
Who
see
was it?
I don't know.
I was gonna give him a
Jacob.
Shout out. Shout out to Jacob.
Get him, Jacob.
Next question.
I have. Wait, I didn't get to do it.
you didn't do
It's
it?
my
You have,
turn.
you have a bad one, didn't you? Didn't you?
I have so many scars.
I was gonna
Really?
say, don't you have
Oh
one on
yeah,
your
you have that
face?
one where you got the thing cut out of you.
Yeah, I have that one. I have but I have worse ones because that isn't really a scar. It's not really like there's no scar left for that. Which we actually have the same thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, Danny
just
had
had
I
that
don't want to
surgery
hear the
in
story
December.
anymore.
Danny
I
had the
never want to
surgery.
hear that story
Okay,
again.
but I have
Twice.
I have two that I'll talk about. Of the many that I have. The first one was back in high school, and I was swimming for the swimming part of PE. You guys
that's
remember
nice.
that?
No, we didn't
No, we
have
didn't-
that.
it
You guys
have
didn't
that.
swim in PE?
No.
Did you swim in PE?
Well, like we had a pool that was like
Oh, you had a
an optional
pool?
thing you could do during the summer.
But you didn't like have a swimming unit in PE.
No.
Where did I grow up? Why is this?
You
You were
grew up in
I
had
grew up
like
in a public
required
school.
swimming.
You grew up in California.
Yeah, we had required swimming. So anyway, I was swimming, and we had so many kids and such a small pool. I mean, it was a normal sized pool, but there were a lot of kids. And so instead of swimming vertical, which I guess is not the right way to, but it's vertical in the pool, right?
Right.
Along the
long
like,
side.
the long side where you would normally swim if you were gonna swim. With the flags, you guys know how the flags work? You guys ever swim?
Oh, like on the little poles that hang, or not the poles, the little strings.
Oh, the
Yeah.
little strings.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Do you know why
Yeah.
you have those?
I think so. Aren't they?
They're just strings that kind of make lanes.
No,
They're
I'm talking
like
about
little
above.
rings.
The flags
Oh,
above.
I've seen those, but I never knew what those
Oh
were.
yeah, what is
I
that?
just thought they
So,
were decoration.
It is decoration.
No, it's
It's
not
just like,
decoration
hello,
at all.
You're at a pool.
No. No, they serve a very distinct purpose.
Really?
Yeah. So when you're doing backstroke, you can't see the edge. So
Oh.
you're counting the number of strings of flags
Ah, so you don't
so that
bump
you
into
know
I
when
always
before you
just
get to the
guesstimate
edge.
and then go, okay, I think that's enough, and then I turn and I'm like,
I'm
okay,
like
it's
halfway through the pool.
Yeah, it's
I'm
so
like,
that it's so that you
gonna go
know it's so that you know how far you've swam.
Huh.
So
Oh,
so
that
that's
makes
so they're
Interesting,
useful
yeah.
so that you know like okay I have 2 more 3 more strokes until I get to the end and then I need to turn around.
Why don't they just
Damn.
pad the sides of pools? Like, why do they have
That
to
is
do
a
such
very
hard
good
cement?
question.
So
probably
Because I've smacked myself.
Yeah, probably
with create
bacteria.
scars.
probably mass, like moss.
Bacteria.
moss bacteria.
Still.
So that would have been fine if we had those, but we didn't have those
Uh-oh.
in PE, and so we were swimming horizontal across the short end, right? Because there were so many kids that it fit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So they're like, just swim horizontal, and then we're gonna do backstroke, and then you're all gonna be assigned partners, and that partner's gonna yell to you to stop before you reach the edge of the pool.
Oh, kids are
For a
out.
second, I
Right?
was really excited to see where this was going, and then I remember this is the scar story. And
Yeah.
then I got a lot less excited.
So shout out to Nicolette. Nicolette, shout out to you. There was of course, where I was swimming, there was a chunk of the cement missing off of the side of the pool. Like somebody had like broken the cement off, and so it was cragged on the edge of the pool. And Nicolette's turn talking to her friend. And I'm swimming and I'm doing backstroke and I'm like, I'm gonna go as fast as I can because we're racing and like all sorts of stuff, and I'm going and I'm booking it, and then nobody tells me to stop, so I keep going and I slam my hand against the cement, the jagged cement, and just cut my whole back of my hand open. I have like a scar
Did you
right
cancel?
here. You
Oh,
see
yeah,
it?
Did
that's
you
a pretty
cancel
prominent
swim
one.
praxis after that? 'Cause
So
you were
I was bleeding everywhere in the pool.
Yeah, this
Yeah, I
is like
figured.
Yeah.
this
I-
like you can like
this is
die
like
from this spot or
Jaws,
something.
Jaws nightmare. Like, oh god, blood in the water.
Yeah,
blood in the water.
Luckily, there were no sharks because it was a swimming pool. Otherwise, I probably would have died. But yeah, it was like bleeding everywhere, and for some reason, I like wouldn't take a first aid thing. But no, it was that I like got out and I was like, I'm fine, and I had it covered, and they were like, it's bleeding, and I was like, yeah, I'll go to the office. But then I didn't go to the office because I was an idiot. And so I was going through the lunch line and I was just bleeding everywhere in the lunch
That's not
line.
healthy.
And they were like, excuse me,
Sanitary.
sir, you need to put a bandage on that. And so the lunch lady came over and like wrapped it up for me with some first aid stuff they had. But yeah, there's been a scar on my hand
Why
ever
don't
since.
boys ever want to go to the doctor right
I was like,
away?
nah, I'm fine. And then I was like, not
I
fine.
don't
was,
understand.
I don't know.
I had an
Why
ex who
didn't I
had
go
a
to the
broken
hospital?
hand for like 3 days before he actually went to the doctor. Like straight up broken bones, and he was just like, "I'm fine," and didn't realize
I
it was broken.
sprained my pinky one time trying to poke
thought-
someone in the tummy.
He thought he sprained it.
They got some abs.
I've
right?
broken
like,
so many. I've broken so many toes
Best
that I just
compliment
don't
you
even.
could ever get.
about
Someone
it
tries to poke your abs and they break their finger. You're like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah, I broke so many toes playing soccer. I don't go to the.
I've never
I don't
broken
go
a
to
bone.
the Hospital. Really?
I've never broken a bone.
my
either.
brother broke my leg somehow.
Ouch.
Ooh.
I have broken a bone in that I broke my sister's leg.
Oh,
arm,
shit.
arm.
Okay,
Um,
every sibling story, every pair of siblings I've ever met, one sibling has broken the bone of another.
I didn't know I broke my leg until I saw photos.
Oh.
This was a family
Oh
secret.
yeah, that's right. I remember you talking
he
about
tell you
this.
you broke
Family
your
But
secret.
that's what I mean. But like, I've never heard a sibling pairing thing where some sibling did not break the bones of another
Okay,
sibling.
but mine
and
was
I don't.
not aggressive though. Like we weren't like fighting.
Well, at
Like,
least boys. I'm sorry. Let me
Come here.
reiterate.
I was giving her a piggyback ride because I was trying to be sweet because she was tired. We were coming over from
Aw.
the park and I dropped her on a tree, broke her arm.
What an asshole.
I was like 10. I wasn't physically strong enough to support
right,
a
right,
prayer.
right, right, right. You overestimated.
Yeah, I
your
way
Oh
strength.
my
overestimated how
God.
much I could carry.
I was gonna reiterate my
couldn't
thing
do
saying
it.
like boys, like brothers. I've not heard stories where.
I'm surprised my
brothers
brother and I
involved.
didn't
Saddest
break
thing.
each other's bones because we wrestled a lot.
You probably knew each other's limits.
Honestly, yeah, because he was younger than me, so like
So
I
it's
was.
you. You're the responsible one.
Yeah, because I had my
Oh my
nephew. I would
God.
like tackle him into the pool.
Yeah.
I'd, like lift him and then
Yeah.
throw him in the pool.
I was an only child, so I never had these
Yeah,
experiences.
me either. I'm like, and I'm kind of like, oh god, like I'm glad. No, thank you.
The other
Holy
scar I
shit.
have is on the same hand. I think you guys know this scar. I don't know if have you heard this story
I don't know
about?
if I have.
Okay, so I was trying to make some bean dip, and I everything was going fine, and
You guys are a mess in the kitchen, apparently.
I know. I can't.
I was trying to make some grilled cheese. I was trying to make some bean
and,
dip.
and I was trying to open
The simplest foods.
I was trying to open a
Requires
can of
some-
beans. That's all I was trying to do.
Okay,
Oh,
I can-
yeah, I
yeah.
And I had the can opener, and it was like all good, and I was spinning it, and then it like slipped, and the can lid flipped into the beans and stood straight up, and my hand went down onto it and then came back up out of it. And then I just started spraying blood everywhere. All over the kitchen.
You've given me so many chills this podcast in that like kind of way.
So there's just blood spraying
I
all
just
over the kitchen.
imagined it as so
And-
cartoonish that I'm like, okay, it's fine.
And
It's like Iron
it's
Man
a bright
blasters.
red, and I'm like, what is happening? And Hannah's in the other room, and she's freaking out
this
because I'm
is recent.
screaming. This is like recent.
Wow.
And so I'm like, ah! She comes running in like, what's the matter? And then she just sees blood spraying everywhere because apparently there's some sort of like thing there. And I was like, and it just is
Chills
like
again.
pulsing.
Yeah.
It's just,
Oh, you're like, oh, you mean
pulsing
like,
onto the wall.
you mean like your veins?
Yeah. I mean, like
mean-
there's a main vein
You
there.
guys
that's
continue
just,
on. I'm gonna just take the headphones off for the rest of this.
It won't help. I'm yelling.
Yeah, it's true. I'm 3
Just
feet from you.
spraying blood all over, and then so Hannah grabs me a towel, and I just wrap my arm in my hand in a towel, and like I'm woozy, and I feel like I'm gonna pass out, and she drives me. Luckily, we're right next to a hospital, so she drives me to the hospital, and I have to get a ton of stitches in my. I still have. You can see the scar. You see it right there.
Yeah, I do see it.
Oh,
So
shit,
I
I realized
can't-
I don't know where the closest hospital is to my
I
apartment.
can't feel
That's
this
not good.
side of my thumb.
Wow.
Like it's still
Oh,
numb.
you sliced the nerve.
I sliced right through a nerve, and it hasn't grown back. So it was that like recent. It was only a couple of years ago. Nerves take a long
So
time
you
to grow
don't
back.
you don't feel your nerves.
So
Here.
I can't. It actually. So what it feels like, it really sucks. What it feels like is pins and needles constantly in my thumb.
That sucks.
So like if you were to grab like right here or
Ooh.
like right here, it would hurt really bad on me.
So
Aw.
Oh,
yeah,
that's not a superpower.
No.
That's
I,
the
um,
opposite of a superpower.
I have something similar because I went floating the river in Texas, and they tell you not to bring beer bottles in the river because
You brought beer bottles.
So
in the
I was a
river.
little kid, and I dug my hand. I was like, "Ooh, a shiny thing!" And I picked it up, and it was glass. Cut me right up to I had to get stitches. I was a little kid. Blood, like wrapped a dark navy blue shirt around it. Blood. You could still see the
Everywhere.
blood.
Yeah, that's how it was on mine too.
And
Ow.
I had the
blood.
same thing where my nerves aren't there.
Yeah.
And if I hit it at the right angle,
yeah, it hurts
like
real
this,
bad, huh?
boom, it's like pins
Yeah.
attacking
It's
it.
really bad.
That sucks.
Damn.
And I didn't know what it was. I was like, oh, I just cut myself. But now,
now
the nerve-
it's the nerves. Anyway, came back to the apartment, stitched up, and it looked like somebody had been murdered in my house. And bless
Like
Hannah, she
American
cleaned up the
Psycho.
blood from.
She's probably used to that, right?
I mean,
Well,
it's not
yeah. If
she
real
just-
blood.
I mean,
I-
she just maybe
I was
blamed
gonna
maybe
say,
she's
I'm like,
it's fake.
It's a
I'm
good
like,
case study.
in my head, I'm like, oh, okay, like you'd probably use like if it's on cloth and stuff, you'd probably use like peroxide and stuff to like help clean it up.
No, so it stains really bad. So the clothes that I was wearing were
Oh,
covered
your
in
clothes are
blood.
gonna be ruined.
So
but
they were
you might
ruined?
be able to save them, but odds are no.
No, they were ruined. And then the best part or the worst part, I don't know, was there's blood just all over the walls. And then the pot of beans is just coagulated with blood. Just like
Yummy.
beans and then just a layer of blood
You
over
ever
the
want to know what
top.
people taste like?
Real gross.
It's like metal and beans.
Iron.
Iron and
You'd
beans.
think I'd be
yeah.
scarred by bean dip, but I still love it. It's still real good.
You should have
You
filmed a
were
scene.
quite
of it.
literally
after
scarred
that-
by
did
bean
you
dip.
do when you were
So
wrong?
after that, the button to the story is after that. I no longer ever use a manual can opener.
I was just saying you
I
have
have
electric.
an
you have-
electric
You have
can.
electric can opener now.
Or Hannah does it.
and I don't, and I'm like, whenever the can gets opened, I have a natural like fear that it's gonna cut me when it's open. So like when I take the top and the can like this, and I like put them in the trash can and like have to. It's a weird thing, but I have to do it because my brain's like that thing fucking almost killed you.
Yeah, I don't
That's like
blame
a
you.
shark.
I've gotten cut by opening up a can of tuna before, like pretty bad, but nothing like
Nothing
not
that
like
bad.
bleh.
Better way
like I
for
was just
can-
like,
Not like
oh,
spraying
don't just.
everywhere.
Actually, I think it's just like cut my like thumb because I like opened it like, oh, I'm
That's
just gonna
gotta
open
happen
it and I
all
just
the time.
Yeah.
That must just be like a huge emergency room problem. It's
Yeah.
like cans.
yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like, oh, just learn, don't
I
put
wonder how
your
many
finger on the
people
sharp
get killed
edge.
by cans every year.
Probably so many. It's like impossible not to.
I also have a big old scar like
Alexa.
right here. Do you see it?
Yeah, I do.
So when I was a kid, you see the scar I have right there on my
Yes.
shoulder? So when you see it?
Yeah, I do.
So when I was, I didn't want to leave you out.
No, I know,
It
it's
was
okay.
a weird, like you
I like-
see it, and I was like, oh, you
I
see
just like
it.
that you
And I was
started
like-
the sentence 3 times and 3 times you're
Anyway.
like, did you see it?
It's just weird because it was like covered by the arm, and I was like, didn't want to
Yeah.
be talking. Anyway, it looks like it's like a long wound.
It's like someone's
It looks like he had
stabbed you.
surgery.
So I always told people I got stabbed, and it's not. I didn't get stabbed.
It
I
just
had a
looks like
birthmark removed.
Oh, I was like, it looks like
Ah.
surgery.
But it used to be circular, and it was like this big on me, and then they just like how wide that is right there. It would be that big circular if I
Wow.
still had it.
Oh.
Damn.
So they got rid of it
Damn,
because it
man.
So
had
you would
black
say
spots
like you
in
got
it.
stabbed by like
So
a
it's like, yeah, I
broomstick
got
or something?
I got stabbed by some dude, and I survived.
You're
But
like,
it
I was
wasn't true at all.
skydiving and there was like these puppies. And I went to
I
go
just
get them,
saved them?
but then a bear came.
Yeah,
And
the,
then he
and the
got
bear
me.
and the bear
But
stabbed
I,
me.
But I fought him off and pulled my chute and saved all the puppies.
Yeah.
And that's how I got the
My-
scar.
Yeah.
Speaking of scars, my childhood best friend Lizzie. Shout out to Lizzie.
Shout out to Lizzie. We're lucky
She
shout outs this
Yeah,
week.
let's
she
shout out
had
Lizzie.
she had a major scar. Like she had an old school classic, like along her face, over her eye,
like a rad Witcher
like
scar.
like
Yeah.
a scar, and like. I think like like it's one of those like you're a kid, you're a girl in high school and you have like a sincere big scar on your face and stuff. I didn't see it anymore because I was friends with her for so long that it just like goes away.
Yeah.
But whenever people would ask her about it, she would just pull a Joker and just give them a different story
Yeah.
every time.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
I would just have to sit here and go, don't like, because I'm laughing.
Yeah.
Do you
But
know which
also,
one's
like,
the real story?
I know the real story, and the real story is real. Like it's funny, but also like fucked up, but also because it's a big old scar on your face. But she would tell people, these are the stuff she would tell. She would say, "Oh, I was at a friend's house and we were jumping in their pool, and I decided to jump from the second story and fell on my face."
Ah, that is kind of
Well,
fun
like
to
if you're a
change it
kid,
up.
and mind you, we were in high school, so and there's obviously proof on your face, so there's
Plausible.
so it's super plausible, and you're like, but when you think about it, you're like, you would die. That's
Yeah.
When would do
that's
that? Why
that's
would you do
death.
that?
You know, so it's just, so you're like, oh my god. There was others. Most of the time, she would say she was in various fights. You know, like, oh, big old fight, and like she's like, but I won. You know, you're like,
Yeah.
okay.
You should see the other guy.
Yeah, like you know that. But the real story, and she's told people this, so it's not like a big secret. But
Secret's coming out.
when she
What
was
her name?
also Lizzie,
Lizzie's, your secret's coming out.
when she was also in second grade, she came home from school and like both parents are working. And most of the time you're fine. Like you're like second grade's old enough to be like you could be home relatively by yourself for a couple hours before your parents get home. No big deal. So she was home and waiting for her parents to come home, and she was hanging out in the living room in a swirly chair, just going round and round, being a kid, hanging out. And her parents had a glass table.
Oh God, no.
And she
I don't see where this is going.
she twirled around and fell, and she landed right on the very edge of the glass table and cut her face. And she was just like, I'm bleeding. And she called her parents at work and be like, I'm bleeding. And they were like, obviously realizing the severity of the situation. We're like, just put a Band-Aid on it. Like, we'll be there soon.
Oh no.
And she's just like, okay. And so she waited. And then, of course, they got home and they're like, oh my God. And they freaked out and they took her to the hospital and
Yeah.
like, everything. And like, she had stitches. And,
Holy
but like,
shit.
yeah, it was like a thing.
Wow.
I was playing we were playing hide and seek or tag at our school late at night.
That table's now it.
Yeah, don't touch me. And so he would run, and we had these glass tables,
Gonna try and get
glass
the table to
glass doors, and he was running, and instead of hitting the handlebar,
Oh no.
he went right through the glass,
Oh no.
shattered, and then just cut his
Deadly,
arms.
honestly, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Yeah.
It was pretty intense.
Fuck.
Did you guys see that movie? I want to say it was called The Other Guys, the one with was Ryan Gosling.
Uh,
Because they had
Will
that,
Ferrell.
no,
with
no, it wasn't the other
Taken
guys.
guy, not Taken guy, the other guy.
Oh, you mean the
Javert.
cool guys, the cool with Russell Crowe.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
The nice guys.
The nice guys.
Nice guy.
I like that
One of those
movie.
guys.
The guy
Like-
had a problem with women. He had clear issues with women, but
Yeah.
I enjoyed that movie despite that
That
aspect.
was okay. But that scene where he's like, it's like trying to break into the building, and then he
Uh-huh.
like punches the glass window, and then his just hand is bleeding like crazy. He's like, ah, and he has to like leave.
Yes.
I was like, I appreciate a realistic approach
Yeah.
to
Of that, yeah.
treating glass.
I will say now, if I ever need to break into a car with my fist, I
You
learned
definitely have to wrap your hand up in something before
learned
you
that
try
from Too Fast, Too Furious.
Mm.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
if you're gonna learn anything from Too Fast, Too Furious, it's probably the right thing to learn. Like everything else in that movie is so unrealistic
probably
that's
also
probably
helpful
the
to use
only
just-
thing you could learn from
Yeah.
that movie.
It's probably also better to like use your elbow and not anywhere
You're
with
right.
your hands.
Yeah,
Like,
this is
It's
probably
Probably better
safer.
to use a tool.
a rock.
No, like get one of those shivs that you stuck. Get
You don't
like-
have a, you don't,
if you don't have
a
that
shiv
on you, and
if you're in the
like
woods.
a parking garage
What are
or
those
something.
things you can throw? They're like magical window shattering things.
Oh, yeah, they're like little hammers.
screw.
Oh, I have
There's
one
one
of those
you
in my
can
car.
throw. It's like a little screw,
Oh.
and you can it just smashes it. You don't even have to throw it hard.
Oh.
I could be a superhero with
I
that.
Yeah.
have in my car on the
Smashing
side
things.
because this happens in Florida all the time. Where cars will end up on the ditch on the side of a highway, and it's a swamp, so your car will like be underwater.
alligators.
And
It's the same thing.
alligators in Florida. So your seatbelt will stop working sometimes because if you're like underwater, it won't let you go. So that's
Holy-
a big
that's
fear of mine. But that
terrifying.
happens.
Awful.
So on my side of my car, I have a seatbelt cutter, but it's also has a metal pointy edge, so you could break a windshield
break
if
the
you
wind.
need to.
That's smart.
And it also has like a flashlight. It's like
That's
a
really smart.
That's
3-in-1 thing that it's just like there. And then of course I moved here, and I'm like, there's no water on the side of the road here. Like
Yeah. Unless you're driving down the one.
there's no like drowning
Yeah.
situations.
You talking about the PCH?
Mythbusters.
Yeah.
You talking about the Pacific Coast Highway?
Oh yeah, but
Yeah.
if you fall off of that, you're kind of you're shit out of luck. That's a cliff.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
you're pretty
a-
much dead.
That's a
That's it.
That's
Yeah.
a-
That's a you're gone.
yeah.
That's a
The
sorry.
PCH is cliffside, by the way, if you didn't know.
It's beautiful if you have the
It's
chance to-
gorgeous. It's
Hey,
scary.
we need to tell them that we watched the video.
I was just thinking that. We watched your video, John.
It's
John?
cute. It was cute.
It's real.
John is one of our fans, and he resides in Slack. Everybody knows about
Slackland.
Slack. And he sent us a video to react to. And God damn it, all our fans, you guys are kind of adorable.
Kind of the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're not on Slack, what are you doing with your life? Go get on Slack.
I know.
What's happening?
You should get on Slack. However,
Are we going to talk about this?
What's
I
happening?
mean, at some point we're gonna.
We have to talk
switch.
about it.
At some point we have to switch.
There's a discussion point to be made.
Are we having the discussion now? I didn't know what was happening. I'm being ambushed. What's happening?
You don't know about the discussion?
No,
Spencer,
I wasn't here.
Have a seat.
I'm already sitting.
Wait, before we
talked to you
hold on,
about
before
it.
we continue, John, we loved the video. We're so
Oh,
happy you
Spencer,
made
you're
it.
so
We need a
out of it.
full reaction to this. I feel like we've
It was
we've-
super cute.
We've missed
Video
out
was
on,
super,
on
super
telling
cute.
him for 3 weeks or 2 weeks, and I feel I want to make sure he
Video-
Yeah, I
video
love
was
this.
very cute.
It was so good.
I liked that you showed Pat's foot, and
Yeah, that was
I
a good
liked,
piece.
I
That
like
was-
the
Pat,
cuts.
don't be ashamed of that foot.
Show the foot. Be proud about it.
Why not?
And
I like the use of text.
I love the text,
The
it
text was the
popping
best,
up
yeah.
around, and I liked the cutting at the beginning when it was like,
Yeah,
Too.
how was it last night? Oh, and then we cut to last night. Anyway,
real good. A+.
keep making it, John.
Yep.
Keep making shit.
So why? Wait. So why would we switch? What's
Because
the?
if we start streaming on Twitch and other various platforms,
You can
and
hook
what-
it up to Discord.
right?
Got it.
And Discord might be a better outlet.
Do you have to pay for Discord?
No.
So we wouldn't lose. I guess the key is that we wouldn't lose all the stuff that we're losing now.
Behind the paywall.
You know how we have
Slack,
a paywall?
Yeah.
Slack won't respond to our
So
sponsorship.
let's so
So,
let's talk about
the
the pros
only-
and the cons of this
the,
real quick.
The
So-
cons of Discord, the
Yeah.
only ones that I've been able to see so far are they do have file size
Limits?
Limits.
we have a 1 gig limit on here.
Now, why do you guys use like a chat service instead of just like a subreddit?
because people to have discussions.
it's
like,
more immediate.
ongoing.
yeah.
It's more like
Oh.
we can talk to
Like a
people as
live
opposed
chat.
to just
Actual chatting.
posting forum.
Like people will talk, I mean, from midnight to 2 to 3 to 4,
Oh,
and
that's
people
really
will carry on like long conversations. Like, hey, how you doing? And people will vent. And if they're having a hard day, they'll talk about it on their hard day, or they'll talk about something fun, or their
see.
sports, or alcohol.
I mean, we're not switching anytime soon. Oh, so the other advantage for Discord is that, say, if we wanted to do a live podcast,
Right.
we can do that.
and
on
people could
Discord.
potentially like give live questions or live
Oh,
responses.
well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and
And-
it's free.
Yeah.
and
Okay.
and Twitch, like you said, like so
Yeah.
if you're and like Star,
Stream on
you're now
Twitch?
in a
I'm
Twitter.
now finally Twitch affiliate. So thanks for the Slack folks who were watching me draw a few
Yeah.
times. They definitely helped out. So thank
So
you. Keep doing that, please.
So instead of like you putting a link on Twitch, on Slack, you just connect it to Discord somehow.
yeah, I don't know how exactly it's done, but I just know like Small Beans is doing it. That's how I play Minecraft
Yeah.
with them. Like we are talking on their Discord server, and they're already in the process of making their Discord server like public so that and it looks the same. Like there's channel. It has like all the
Yeah.
sub channels.
How's the user interface? Does it look nice?
User interface
I
is
have
pretty
it.
much the same as
I have
the
Discord.
Slack.
Looks-
Like it looks.
It looks very Slack looks nice.
I think I slightly prefer the Slack.
So-
You've
interface.
used Discord.
I have well one
One time.
one single person. Not really in the same way I've used. Slack
Yeah.
before.
Well, and also
it's relatively similar.
So we wouldn't have.
there's also
emojis.
custom. You
right?
can also. I think we were researching this. I think there are also custom emojis, so we
Oh,
can keep
interesting.
our 1,000 custom emojis that we've had.
Okay,
it would just
as
be
long
like
as
a
we can
bi-
keep emojis.
It
That's
would be
my
like a
biggest
big
thing.
move, and it would also be.
I feel
This
like
is a discussion point.
Yeah, yeah.
We're bringing the family involved.
yeah. I feel
Let
like
us
it
know
would
your
only
thoughts.
it would only happen once we start
Doing
streaming and it feels like it's part of
But we
If
that.
you're-
if we're gonna do it, we should make the transition before that, a little bit before that, so we get everybody who wants to come
And
over.
if you want to join in, apparently you were telling me you don't like. We have a link that I always have to update.
Yeah, and now it would just be you just sign
a
up.
static link.
It would just be a static like you search for the name and you're on the server.
Interesting.
And
Okay.
we have some people who have joined the Slack who have not reemerged again. So it'd be kind of like a purge of.
So if you're not, so if you're not a part of, we get the true people.
We have the true people coming over, and we see
And
how
then
low our
and
numbers
then we
actually
can make
are.
like maybe we can make like an OG channel or whatever that's just like okay these are the OGs
Yeah, whatever.
kind
Who
of thing.
knows?
Like I mean like
I'm
we'll
fine with
work it
whatever.
out and whatnot.
If
but
you're upset with the
it's-
paywall, if you
I'm upset with the paywall.
if
That's
you
my
want to
biggest
see
thing.
live things, I hate it too. But if you want
Because I want to go back and see the smart things people say, and then I scroll up, and it's like, oh, you can't go see. What
I can't even like I have personal I have like sometimes I have direct conversations.
Yeah, me too.
And I can't go back. Like we said stuff, and I was like, okay, let me go back and see what I was supposed to do, and then it's gone. It's
gone.
Yeah.
So
Might be worth
food for
it.
thought.
Yeah, I came in on the other side of that argument, coming out on the
Yeah.
on the Discord.
But it's
I
side.
know,
just like
because I
it's
really-
just like thought. It's one of those things where it's just like the little bit of interaction that I've had with Discord already. I
Yeah.
was just like, oh, that's why
I
everyone
wonder if there's some.
has a Discord. Like that's why people are using this. Like,
Interesting.
Is there a
see
group
it.
or something that I can join to test out Discord? Like to.
I mean, we could test out and like, make
I'm part
a
of
group.
one. I'm part of one. You can go through one I have.
What do you mean you're part of one? Who are
I'm
you
part of a
with?
Discord
With who?
with a podcast I listen to.
You can just hang out with
Here.
me and my buddy when we play PUBG. Just you, me, and Ravine. Shout out to Ravine.
Shout out to Ravine.
Here you go.
What is this? Is this it?
That's the Discord server.
Okay.
that
Looks
I'm
like
part
there's
of.
channels.
Yeah.
So, okay, great. Oh God. Oh, that's not that bad.
It's really very similar. The only other thing is like now we have like an extra app open because we still have to have Slack open for work.
I know. I was trying to keep everything together.
That's all right. We're
But-
dedicated.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I mean, chat like Slack chat. Discuss your
Slack
thoughts in the
chat.
podcast commentary channel
Yeah.
on the
Let
Slack.
us know what you think.
Yeah, there you go.
L-
Talk
you
to
know,
us on
like,
the podcast.
let us know what you
Really,
think.
your opinion? Yeah, exactly. Let us know in the Slack podcast commentary because you're the ones who are gonna
Or tweet at
feel the
us.
effect.
You can tweet at
And
us. I
also,
would say,
this
like-
would be something where you could use Discord. Say, for example, if we're all at home gaming,
Oh yeah.
we could all play games together at home
Yeah.
and
Ooh, that's cool.
be chatting together and like be able to record that. And
That's
That's
great.
like all I use Discord for.
Yeah.
Like remote. When we're not together stuff.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Can you record a podcast that way?
I've never done it.
I don't know.
Oh,
And I was talking to her. I was like, oh, if you're drawing, can you? And we joked about this in the editing room about twitching,
editing.
editing.
I think you can. I think people do that.
If I was a little boy and I saw someone do it, I'd be like, oh, that's very interesting.
It just would. It'd be hard because we'd have to be editing things that people didn't mind.
Right. It would have to be personal projects.
Well, even then, it'd have to be. It'd have to be things that we didn't care
Like
about.
if I did it.
You shot something.
It's,
Yeah.
It would be more
If
for
people
you-
wanna
it'd
see,
be more
like,
for
the
you to
process.
Talk to like people who are interested in asking questions and stuff.
Right,
like that.
organizing everything. What do I do first? How do I do the first cut? How do you finesse it? How do you
Yeah,
implement
interesting.
music? How do you sound mix
Yeah.
it? How do you do levels? How do you color grade? How do you do a final pass? How do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
like
love that
there's
stuff.
yeah,
I
all
think
that.
there's more and more of that too. Like, do you guys follow Binging with Babish? The YouTube
Yeah.
channel?
Yes.
Like he started doing those live ones too, where he like and you can like send questions. While
I
he's-
haven't
That's
seen
cool.
the
I
live
love
ones,
that.
but that's cool. I didn't know he did live ones. That's intriguing.
He does that. Is he a video editor?
He's a cooking dude.
Oh, cooking.
He's
dude.
like a YouTube cooking channel.
He does things where he'll take pop culture food references and stuff and be
Oh,
like, I'm gonna show
yes.
you how to
Yeah,
make
yeah.
this. But then it's also like, here's how to make
So he
really
must
good
have like a
chicken
whole
stock.
playlist for Bob's Burgers.
Oh yeah, he did a whole video
Yeah.
on it. Yeah.
All right, we're at like an hour and 20 minutes. We gotta go.
Oh.
Really?
Yep.
That flew
Jeez,
by.
that-
It
yeah,
flies
that
by
went-
all
All
the
right.
time.
Let me read this again, just so that we have it. Because if you guys want it, you can go
yeah.
to simplecontacts.com/late. Promo code late. That's simplecontacts.com/late. Promo code late for 30. I want to make sure I get it right. Pretty sure it's $30 off.
Go take
Right
care of your
here.
eyeballs, you guys.
Yeah, $30 off with the URL and promo code.
Simple contacts. Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what
Okay,
it is.
good.
All right. Thanks so much, guys. Danny, thanks for being here again.
Oh, my
Appreciate it.
pleasure. Thank you guys for having me.
And we'll see you next time.
See you next
All right.
time.
Goodbye.
Ciao.
Bye.
There's gonna be music playing over this.
Bye bye.